So I'm always curious to know, like, what are people living for? What makes you happy? I once asked a friend what they were living for, and they legitimately said cars and a wife and money, and I just thought it was really sad. And I mean, I probably thought that at one point in my life too, probably very recently. But I'd like you to think a little bit more about what you really want, because I constantly think about these things, and while I'm still very materialistic, I think there's a lot of other things that we can think about that would help us sort of guide our own lives, in a certain direction, so that we're not just like, well, I want money, so yeah, something to do with money. So, what I want to live for, my ideal life is I want to own a quiet space or rent a space with a respectable landlord. I want to live near things that I can do, like go gallery watching, go to indie hipster folk shows that are really cheap, go hipster watching, and I don't know, maybe live near Costco for free samples and stuff. Galleries are always good to live near for free samples as well, the art receptions, that's where it's at. I don't want children, none of that thing, those things coming out from there, that's not cool. That's not how I roll. Would also like to have high-speed internet, unlike which I have here where I am right now in this abyss. I would like to live near an Asian market. Yes, I would. Even though I really hate Asian markets, not for the people, but for the clusters of people, and it's like being at the mall, like, oh god, just crowds of people and this consumerism that even I buy into, but that I can't help buying into because it's the womb that I was like born. If I could sleep until noon, if I could just read books in natural light, paint and draw and illustrate these meaningful art things. I'm planning on doing a lot of anti-Barbie images. I would like to bake delicious things. I would like to play video games. If I could just dance and like fold laundry and like while dancing, life would be pretty cool. And this is like the meaningful part of my life dream. I would like to create and carry out these like social awareness programs, like social justice, and mostly focusing on the Asian Pacific American community while attempting to annihilate ignorance such as color blindness. I've been seeing that a lot, and also attempting to break down those stereotypes, such as the model minority and the fact that Asian, like doing this, is just a Western concept, just like white is, and that sort of grouping together of all these amazing and diverse groups. Incorrect! We all have this concept of being American. I'm doing this again. And what being American does is it essentially erases our original cultural identities and replaces it with some kind of corporate scumbag media buying into all of this shit that we don't need. Stupid Barbies. Terrible role models for everybody. And so I guess the basis of this campaign would be to get knowledge, become aware, check yourself before you wreck yourself, feel empowered, and then share that knowledge and sort of have that rotating around continuously until everybody knows, and then everyone can, own up to their own ignorance and then catch themselves, check themselves when they do think of these like ingrained stereotypes that society brings us up to believe in. And so, yeah, that was my big rant on what I want out of life. I really encourage you to think about what you really want in life and what that means to you. Yeah, thanks.